Starting the bank. Now,
Running in big battle formation with the red, white and blue smoke trailing behind. Red 1 leads the aircraft in to start the display rolling. That cloud just over the middle of the display area, a little too low for the full show currently. Leading the formation is Red 1, Squadron Leader Martin Pert. Martin has previously flown the Harrier and the Typhoon. He's instructed on the Hawk and he's in his second year as the team leader. Red 1 has called the aircraft into short diamond, the smoke about to come on. On the right of Red 1 in short diamond is Red 2, one of our new pilots for 2019. It's Flight Lieutenant Damo Green. Damo has previously flown the Hawk T1 on 100 Squadron. He then went to the Typhoon Force and joined the team in 2019. As the smoke comes on in short diamond, Red 1 calling the aircraft into the first of our historic formations. Reds 4 and 5 moving along, the aircraft sweeping back as we represent the Apollo. Side, Red 1 about to pull up, the smoke will come on for the Apollo roll. Upside down at 2,500 feet, the white smoke on as we roll Apollo. Back of the formation on the right is Red 4, another new pilot for 2019. Red 4 is Flight Lieutenant Gregor Oxton. Gregor has previously flown the Harrier and the Typhoon. He was a Hawk instructor at Valley before joining the team this year.
Starting the bank. Now,
Red 1 uses a very metronomic cadence in his voice when talking to the other pilots. They're reacting to the tone of his voice and his commands rather than the movement of his aircraft, which is what keeps the line straight and the formation shape symmetrical. Well, we've seen it already today, but the aircraft now have transitioned into Concorde formation. Again, marking the 50th anniversary of that first flight. In from the left-hand side, Reds 8 and 9 will represent the engines underneath the aircraft as they run in from the left for the Concorde bend.
rolling out. Triple go. Coming left now.
On the left wingtip of Concorde is Red 5, Squadron Leader Steve Morris. Steve has previously flown the Harrier and the Tornado. He's been on the Red Arrows before and he rejoins the team for 2019, having been an instructor on the Hawk T2 at Valley. Red 1 now moving the aircraft into one of our most technically difficult formations to fly. With 6 aircraft all in line abreast, Red 6 and 7 tucked in behind. This is Phoenix. In from the left-hand side is Phoenix, the coloured smoke about to come on. On the left-hand side of Red 1 in Phoenix is Red 3, Squadron Leader Mike Plowden. Mike has previously flown the Harrier and the Tornado GR4. He's instructed on the Hawk and has previously served on the Red Arrows. He returns for 2019 to replace David Simmons, who is recovering from a football injury and will rejoin the team for the 2020 season. Off to our right-hand side, 8 and 9 have the smoke on, joining the back of the formation to represent another iconic aircraft, this time the Lancaster. Lancaster, of course, most famous for its crucial role role in bomber command, but we also remember that before the D-Day landings, the Lancasters provided decoy tactics to take enemy attention away from the Normandy beach. In from the right-hand side, the aircraft about to pull up for the Lancaster roll. Of course, not noted for its aerobatic capabilities, but it's reputed that the famous test pilot Alex Henshaw rolled the Lancaster numerous times when testing them at Castle Bromwich during the war.
Reversing left now. Holding the bank.
Well, the next manoeuvre is another one representing an aircraft that has recently gone out of service with the Royal Air Force. It's taken part in many operations, including many with NATO. NATO, of course, celebrating its 70th anniversary this year, as we saw with the activities earlier on in the day. Reds 8 and 9 have moved to the back of the formation. The air brakes will come out, the smoke will come on. The command for 8 and 9 roll will be heard. It's time for Tornado. Aboard calls Red 9 as the red and blue smoke comes on. Red 8 and 9 rolling around the smoke of the other aircraft. Red 1 about to bend the formation to the left, changing smoke colour as they go. It's Tornado. The end of Tornado means we're approaching the end of the first half of our display. So far we've seen all 9 aircraft in close formation aerobatic shapes across the sky. Well, as we approach the second half, we're about to step up the tempo, we're about to shift up a gear as Red 1 splits the formation down into 2 sections of 5 and 4. The rear section splitting down to the synchro pair for those dynamic opposition passes during the second half to keep the manoeuvres centred and on track. As the nose lights come towards us, Enid at the top, they're about to do the first big split. It's time for the detonator. Of the opposition manoeuvres. On the right is Red 6, being followed by Red 8. On the left is Red 7, being chased by Red 9. Red 6 on the right is Flight Lieutenant Toby Keeley. Toby is a former Tornado GR4 pilot. He's instructed on the Hawk T2 at RIAT Valley, and he's in his 3rd and final year on the team. Red 6 and 8 in from the right, Red 7 and 9 from the left. They'll have a closing speed of over 700 miles an hour, passing 100 feet apart in the Jippo Pass. Staying low, 4-point rolling down the line as Reds 8 and 9 roller coaster towards them. Now keep your eyes on Red 6 and 7 pulling hard away from us. They're pulling 6G, the nose light's about to come straight towards us before they reverse and cross 100 feet apart in the Cyclones. So continue the hard pull towards each other. They're going to cross paths, sniffing smoke as they go in the slingshot. In from the left-hand side with the smoke on is Red 9. Enid is formed an inverted V formation. Red 9 about to fly straight down the middle in the goose. Red 9 is Flight Lieutenant Dan Rose. Dan formerly flew the Typhoon and was a weapons instructor. He's in his third and final year on the team. As Red 1 leads Enid off to the left-hand side with the coloured smoke. That smoke's about to come off. Red 6 leading in his section, ready for the next manoeuvre.
Enid, smoke off, go!
Now look straight ahead, here's the 3 nose lights of Red 6, 7 and 8 coming straight towards us. 6 and 7 about to roll with 8 in the vortex. Up through the middle of the vortex is Red 8 Flight Lieutenant Chris Lindman-Smith. Chris has formerly flown the Tornado GR4, he's instructed on the Hawk, and he's flown in the most number of Red Arrows positions, having flown as 2, 7, 6, 5, 4 and 8. And they will switch as they cross in vice versa. High and low before simultaneously rolling in the revolution.
Roll.
Red 1 backing his section around to our right-hand side. The smoke about to come off, ready for the next of the synchro maneuvers. Smoke changing colour as they go. It's time for the spectacular carousel. Red 6 and 7 pulling 70, the coloured smoke on. As they cross at the back, the smoke will change colour, leaving a red and blue half of the circle. Smoke goes off, look out to our front right, the coloured smoke comes on, just over the VA system. Snake like straight across the sky, it's time for the Python. Well, the Red Arrows today would like to thank their wives and partners for their continued support throughout the season and the rest of the year. Would like to say hello to Susie, Nick, Leanne, Amelia, Hillary, Pip, Samara, Dee, Emma and Teresa. As Red 1 leads Enid off to our left-hand side, it's time for the next of our manoeuvres. Look out to your right-hand side. Here comes the rear section. Red 6 and 7 about to roll inverted. Reds 8 and 9 will roll around their smoke in the corkscrew. Aboard pulls Red 9 as 8 and 9 roll around the smoke of 6 and 7. off to our left-hand side, the aircraft entering a right-hand turn to make way for Elid. And here they come from the left, the inside aircraft about to roll to the outside, changing smoke colour as they go in the rollbacks. Spectacular Jippo break. Eyes on 6 and 7 with the coloured smoke changing to white as they prepare for the last of their opposition manoeuvres. On the left this time is Red 7, Flight Lieutenant John Bond. John formerly flew the Tucano, having displayed the aircraft in 2019 before going to the Typhoon Force. He will become the Synchro leader next year. And John would like to say hello to all of the Bond family, especially to Frankie and Alfie. In from the left and right for the last time with a closing speed of over 700 miles an hour. The aircraft rolling towards each other twice in the double rolls. As the colourful double rolls finish to our left and right, it's time to look straight ahead for the show finale. The remaining aircraft positioning ready for the spectacular mix and break. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the Red Arrows! Red 1 completes the loop from the mix and break. His smoke will come on to gather the other aircraft in, and we'd like to take this opportunity to wish Josh Wilmot a happy 9th birthday here at RIAT. Well, Red 1 now gathering the other aircraft in, ready for their recovery back here to Fairford as a formation of 9. Of course, there are many other events going on today, much more flying to see, and we'll be flying again later in the weekend tomorrow. Well, all 9 aircraft now lined up downwind. Red 1 calling the wind, getting the clearance for all 9 to land before they taxi back into formation, ready to lead way for the next display event. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the display this afternoon. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for your continued support for the Royal Air Force, the British Armed Forces, and for ourselves. And all that remains for me to do is to wish you all the very best from all of us at the Red Arrows. And thank you, Squadron Leader Adam Collins, and a wonderful, unique display by the team today, both their own shows.
Just a reminder that wind is still causing some difficulties. You may not see it, but in some parts of the airfield, loose are carrying onboard GoPro cameras as well. You can order your DVD and Blu-ray of the action today in advance, and if you do that, you get to take away a free Royal Air Force 100 special DVD featuring over 60 minutes of aviation action. That of course includes the mass formation flypast over London featuring over 100 aircraft, and the 18 Spitfire formation featured at Duxford as well. On DVD, 35 on Blu-ray, plus additional postage and packaging. You can place your order right here today and collect your free DVD. So you can also pick up live streaming tomorrow if you're not with us, or all the videos that they've taken today as well. That is available for a small charge through RIAT. And good opportunity on the way out to pick up a current card, or you just do it online and then also to recognise your outstanding contribution to zero resistance to water mode.
On the horizon, right? This now, very much not just looking to the present as far as UK Air Power, both in the Royal Air Force and the Fleet Air Arm of the Royal Navy is concerned. I'm talking, of course, about the Lockheed Martin F-35B Lightning.